Continuing on with Final Fantasy Legend 2. Last time, we solved the mystery of the illegal banana trade. And, we're continuing on into the next world. But before we do that, let's do the thing that we have been doing. Let's try out another background. Wallpaper G. What do we have this time? We have Mr. S. Alright, we have a yellow-colored background and a yellow-colored Mr. S. Our teacher looking over us as we go on our adventure. Let's continue on. Alright, we're in a new world. And as we go into a new world, as usual, we will go to our prism to see how many pieces of magi are here. Only one. And you know what? There's only one dungeon in this world. And there isn't a town. It's a pretty empty world, but there's something very unpleasant in this world. Let's just head right to it. Alright, this is the only cave in this world. Please, no, unexpected attack, okay, we'll fight. I wanted to talk to the fairy, but we'll have to fight before we do that, assuming I can survive. Let's see, okay. Well, Kevin's down just right off the bat. Let's use a cat claw. Why don't we use some thunder? And why not some fire? Oh no, Michelle was confused. And no, Michelle's using heal. Don't use the heal staff on them. Michelle used her heal staff on the enemy because she is confused. Cat Claw. Cat Claw did not kill in one. Eric goes down. Michelle is confused and does nothing. Michelle tried to steal, but failed. Okay. That was quite a battle. It's quite a thing. We are gonna have to hit an inn. But before we do that, I want to talk to this fairy first. This dungeon is mean and nasty. Better not go in. Magi? I have one in this box, but not anymore. Why not anymore? Because we're gonna take it. Got the Pegasus Magi. And she's right. That's the only Magi in this world. We could use our prism. 0 Magi. Technically, we've now completed this world. And we've got a new Magi. It's a unique one called Pegasus, and allows us to warp to any world that we've been to so far. We go to First Town, Second Town, Shrine of Isis, Desert Town, Ashura's Town, Giant's Town, Lynn's Village, Port Town, Guardian's Town, Venus' City, Race Circuit, Edo, or the Nasty Dungeon, which is where we are right now. So, what is this nasty dungeon? Well, this is an optional dungeon that's full of high-level monsters and has a lot of very good weapons and items in it. Of course we're going to go through it. You don't have to, but of course we are. Before we do that, why don't we use our Magi to teleport somewhere else? Let's go to Edo. Alright, let's hit an inn, since I got walloped. Also, what I'm going to want to do, my inventory is full. I want to sell things, because I will need empty slots in order to pick stuff up from the Nasty Dungeon. So, I'll keep Eye Drop. Ice Sword, what kind of sword do I have right now? On Kevin. Use Dragon Sword. I think Dragon Sword is better, but let me just remind myself. Yeah, Dragon is strength times 14, Ice is strength times 12, using Ice Elemental. I mean, if something's weak against Ice, it would be good, but we're just gonna sell this. Elixir, we'll keep that. Bronze Armor, get rid of that. Hermes, do I want to sell that? I mean, that does boost agility. Maybe I'll just hold on. Bazooka, Ninja. Oh, do I want to... Let me just see something. Do I want to equip Ninja? Here's Giant. If I equip Ninja, defense does go up. Okay. Does that Giant do anything else? Oh, but Strength... Giant increases Strength, and I am using Strength-based weapons on Kevin. So maybe it's just better to keep the... Maybe just better to keep the Giant on him. Thunder Axe, we'll sell that. Rocket, yeah, go ahead, sell that. Flame Sword, sure. Flame Shield, okay. Mage? Yeah, okay. Fire Gun, sure. Stone Magic, yeah, I never really used it, but okay. So I just really want to have a bunch of empty slots here. Because we're going to have to make multiple trips. Let's head back to the nasty dungeon. Alright, nasty dungeon is kind of ridiculous, but of course we can run away from most battles. So we will keep that in mind. But I will be fighting just to, you know, see if we can get increased stats for the human and mutant, as well as some meat for the monster. See what we get. Here's an unexpected attack. This is the same unexpected attack that we got last time. Will I get messed up again? Well, Kevin's down, so it's starting the same way. Cat Claw. Young D's down. Eric goes strong. Yes, don't poison a robot. It won't work. I like how Wraith is weak to fire and needed to get hit by it 3 times to die. Alright, let's experiment with some meat in this dungeon. Let's eat some meat, see what we get. Demon changed to Wraith. Alright, Wraith has some high HP. What does Wraith have? Wraith has Touch. And Ice, and Sleep. Strong to Change, strong to Quake, weak to Fire. Weak to Fire's not great. Alright, we'll try this out, see what Touch does. We know what Ice and Sleep are gonna do. Let's heal up. So our goal here is to cover all of these floors. I think there are 8 floors. Cover the floors and just get all of the items. We are on the hunt for loot. Let's not eat meat yet, since... Okay. Lost Steel. Acquired Hypnos. I guess that's a confusion spell. You know, I don't remember ever getting that. I guess we'll try it out. Hey, Fire Moth. Actually, I think Fire Moth has... I think it has Flame, which is the fire attack that hits all enemies. So, let's not fight that one. Actually, well, I mean, he's going to be hit by Cat Claw, but I want to try out Hypnos to see how that works. Whenever we get the opportunity to actually do it. Got power. Got body. Alright, so 2 potions. The power one, well, Kevin's the only one who actually uses strength, so increase his strength with that. The body, so increasing hit points. Kevin and Michelle have very matching hit points, like neither one of them's really all that far ahead. I guess I'll give it to Kevin because he's a little less. Yeah, Fire Moth. So the Nasty Dungeon, I think, is one of the more memorable parts of the game for people who've played it, because, you know, you don't know what you're getting into when you go into the Nasty Dungeon. They tell you it's nasty, but you don't know just how nasty it actually is until you're there. Okay, Hypnos. How is this gonna work? How about Touch? Don't hypnotize a robot. You can't do it. Oh no! I think I tried to absorb the Wraith's hit points, but he had too many, so my hit points got stolen. That's how that works. Reverse hit point stealing. How about we put him to sleep? Wraith is strong against sleep. Strong. Oh, yeah, he did say strong against Hypnos, yeah. Okay, let's try eating again. Evil Pine. Randy is now an evil tree, which is very appropriate for Illbleed. Less hit points, but let's see. Bash, Branch, Wind Up, strong against Paralyze, weak against Fire. This is a downgrade. Not great. We'll probably just want to eat some meat when we can. So like I said, you go into the Nasty Dungeon the first time you play the game, and you really don't know what you're getting into. And you're just going to end up dragging yourself out of this place barely alive by the end. Yeah, let's try bashing. The only saving grace, of course, is that you can easily run from most battles. On occasion, you can't. Yeah, that bash is not doing too well. And we do have the Pegasus. So since we have Pegasus Magi, we can just warp out of here at any time. Alright, let's eat Young... We keep eating Young D's meat. We keep getting that one. Answerer. That's a sword enemy. And Michelle's mana went up. Okay, how's Answerer doing here? He has W attack, he has counter, defense, and stab, strong against damage, strong against change. It's not bad. I want to try that out. Man, I have to use Cure after every battle. After every battle, someone is horribly injured or dead. I probably shouldn't use Cat Claw every time. I'm gonna have to buy a new one. Fairly soon, I think. I hit 2 times, but didn't do that much damage. Okay, Dragon Armor. So I think I had given Michelle Dragon Armor. Yeah. So Kevin could use that as well. Replaces Army with Dragon. This configuration, we keep seeing it in this battle. I mean, in this level of the dungeon. Well, if I put Randy on counter, basically he'd wait to be attacked, and then when he's attacked, he'd counterattack. If I put him up front, that could be okay, but he'd be taking a lot of damage. But still, it's a possible option if we wanted to use him in that way. He also has defense and stab. Kevin strong against poison. Yeah, his agility is so low, he's just missing with all his attacks. How about we just stab? Just stab a ghost. Stab worked, but didn't do that much. Okay, Wraith's meat. Let's try it again. Harpy. Let's see what Harpy's got for us. Oh, Harpy is not good. Harpy has low HP. Nail, Tusk, and Mad Song. I assume Mad Song is a confusion spell. Well, we'll try out Mad Song, but I think you can guess that we're going to eat some meat as soon as we get it. But I think we're now done with floor 1. Oh, there might be one more chest. Let's see. Okay, let's try Mad Song. To entire enemy. Here's Mad Song. Wraith is strong against it. Nothing happened, nothing happened. Okay. I'm guessing that is confusion, but nothing happened. Got Ogre Axe. Let me take a look at the axes. The axes, let's see, Ogre Axe is strength times 13, effective against spirits like Goblin, Fiend, and Sprite. So let's see, strength times 13. I currently have Dragon Sword, which is strength times 14. But, I mean, it's not like Kevin's actually hitting with those attacks. Here's Nightmare. I don't really want to take the chance against Fire Moth. Alright, first floor is done. On to the second floor. It's a lot of enemies, but I guess we'll try. Oh, Kevin's been charmed. We've got blizzarded. And tusked. Mad Song. Nothing happened, yeah, Mad Song. It's not, it's not doing too well for us. Right, let's try a Tusk. I don't expect Tusk is gonna work very well. No meat, unfortunately, which is what we kinda want. Alright, we got Demon, we got Answerer. We were an Answerer, not anymore. Let me just defend with Kevin. Mad Song? Alright, defending with Tank and Shield. That's good. Answer is strong against Mad Song. Oh no, Answer is strong against Thunder. I don't think Answerer could be strong against a tank. Probably won't be. There goes Answerer. Still no meat. How much damage did I take? Not much, actually. This is quite a few enemies. Let's just run away from that. Mad Song? It's gotta work against someone, right? Flame hits everyone at once. Okay, yeah, Randy's stunned. We can't eat that meat, because Randy's stunned. We got a speed potion to increase agility. And we know that we want to put that onto Michelle. Try to make her a bit more viable. A demon and Answerer. I'm just gonna maybe run away from that one. Magic. Okay. So... I have been wanting to jack up Michelle's mana to make her magic and her psi weapons more powerful. So we'll give that to her. Yeah, okay, sure. Mad Song? Oof, there it goes down. Nothing happened, nothing happened. Shark is strong against flame. Why would Shark be strong against flame? I mean, I guess maybe you presume that Shark is in the water, so the fire can't actually hurt it, but I'm... Okay, let's just presume that. Let's just presume that. I'm gonna use a Samurai. Samurai is a really good weapon, so let's just use it now. Okay, Shark is weak against... Okay, so Shark is in the water, so you electrify the water, killing the Shark. So that's the logic behind it. Kevin's down. Alright, Randy, it's time for some seafood. Eat this shark. Adamant, which is a turtle kind of enemy. Okay, high hit points. Has bash, has gas, shell, tusk, strong against poison, weak against ice. So gas, we had that before, and that worked well. It's an attack that hits everyone on screen, so that's okay. However, we are very hurt, so what we're going to have to do now is something that we'll have to do more than once, which is use the Pegasus Magi to get out of here. We're back at First Town. Oh, by the way, what happens if we try to go back home? Spider, please. I'm not here to mess with you, Spider. No, I'm not going to eat Spider's meat. Gang, look, we used to have fun, gang, but that's not why I'm here. Yeah, Mr. S is still here. Giving up now won't do you any good. He just refuses to let us go home. Just refuses to let us. Let's go to the inn. Okay, let's look at the items that we have. So I can sell that army. Might as well sell the ogre axe. getting a lot of money for that. We will have quite a lot by the time we're done with this dungeon. Okay, so getting back to Nasty Dungeon, it takes us back to the entrance. So we do have to start from the entrance every time, but we did clean out floor 1, which means we can just head straight to the exit. What if we use Tusk? Well, I mean, it's not going to matter in this case. Let's not use Catwoman meat yet, since Adamant might be pretty good. These 3 again. Let's just run away for right now. Yeah, here's an Adamant. This is what we are right now. Tusk actually was not that bad. Not great, but oh, we actually hit it with the Dragon Sword. On to floor 2. We got partway through this before we went back. You know, maybe not. Maybe not this one. Eh. Well, maybe not that one either. Eh. I mean, this is about where we got to, I think. Lava Worm and Young D. Sure, let's check these 2 out. Lava Worm meat. You know, why don't we give that one a try? What do we get? We got Answerer. Okay, we've had Answerer before. Answerer's not bad. Just wanna, experimenting right now with these monsters and just deciding which one we want to stick with. Eat a demon. We turn into Young D. Young D, pretty good hit points. Nail, Tusk, Flame, Tie Up. Okay, so we have Flame, which is that fire attack that hits everyone. Tie Up, I believe, is Paralysis. Nail and Tusk are just physicals, and Strong against Quake. You might have noticed we have not seen a single enemy that uses Quake. We've gotten a few monsters that are strong to Quake, but no one who actually uses it. That's kind of just basically because Quake is something I don't think we actually see anyone use until, like, the final dungeon of the game. It's very powerful. If we so happened to fight someone who used Quake, having someone who was immune to Quake would be very good. That took a lot of damage. And since we use tank, that means that Eriko is defending every attack with tank, which is why tank is so good. Alright, 2 more chests over here. Got another cat claw. That's always good. And a Vulcan. Kevin's down. Nothing happened with tie-up. Actually, while we're looking at this, let's see. It does have missile. We do have Vulcan and Bazooka. Let me just take a look at something. So let's see. Vulcan is the strongest of these. Attacks one group, never misses. We might as well put the Vulcan on him. Unexpected attack from Catwoman. It's only just a Catwoman. Getting a whole bunch of unexpected attacks here. Huh, that's interesting. They confused Michelle, and then even though even though it was an unexpected attack, Michelle used thunder on the Catwomen. That's interesting. All right, that's floor 2 done. On to floor 3 to loot it of all of its treasure. So you might notice that this particular world doesn't have much to offer in terms of story. Got an elixir and a laser gun. This world is just here to say, hey, if you actually want to go through this thing, there's a bunch of good stuff in it. Are you sure you actually want to go through this, though? Unexpected attack, and it's quite a few enemies. They have a lot of attacks that hit everyone. Kevin's down. Well, that wasn't a great start. Can I run from this? I can. Got judo. Got a dragon sword. Okay, so judo. Let's take a look at Eriko. Judo is a martial art. It can increase our agility. And let's see. So, let's see. Kick is agility plus 6. Headbutt is agility plus 10. Judo is agility plus 26. So that means our agility goes up to 87 on Eriko. Is that this entire floor? I think I missed something. I think there was another passage I could have gone down. Let me just head back, because we need to clean out every floor. When the enemies use things like Tusk, it seems like it does pretty good, but when I use Tusk, it never does very well. Actually, I want to use Thunder on the fish. Well, I guess it didn't matter. So, I see you're trying the nasty dungeon. I mean, they call it that for a reason, you know? I think you just got, like, killed by a fish. It kept giving you head. You saw it said that, right? It kept giving you head and you died from fish head? That's pretty funny. You want to fight again? Well, now it's not a surprise attack anyway. See, it says head. See, I got hit by head. Kevin died from head, from fish. Yeah, I'm not making it up. It's what the game says. Oh, tie-up worked. It did paralyze the shark. Snowcap meat? Maybe we won't eat that quite yet. No more cures. Do have this heal staff. I will have to buy a new one, though, once I run out. Nah, we'll wait for the next level up of monsters, I think. Since we'll get to those later in the dungeon. So that goes back up to here. And this goes back up to the previous floor. Catwoman, please. Kevin must enjoy the battles that we're getting into here, which basically we get into a battle, and then a whole bunch of monsters just hit on him over and over until he dies. It's happening quite a bit. Okay, no, maybe there wasn't. I thought there was a passage I missed, but it seems like there wasn't. So I believe this was the 3rd floor, which means that we're heading down to the 4th. But I am running low on... I did run out of cures, and the robot is running low on tank. So that means... time to use Pegasus. So 3 floors have now been cleaned out. Anything I want to sell right now? Alright, back to the nasty dungeon we go. All right, Catwoman. Hey, it's Dinosaur. We haven't seen too much of Dinosaur here. At least some mana went up for Michelle. Alright, floor 2. Well, at least everyone survived that. Alright, floor 3. And now we're on 4. Okay, so I don't think we got anything on 4. So it's a brand new floor to plumb of its treasures. We got another tank. Another tank is always welcome. Of course, eventually we will run into the unexpected attack, as has been happening. Would be nice if it wasn't so many enemies that were present when we met it. At least, no, I was about to say at least everyone survived, but no, Kevin did fall there. Kevin fell, as he will do. Oh, Answer is strong against tie-up. Answer is strong against quite a few things. Nothing happened with tie-up. Catwoman's meat? Not yet. Considering the monsters we've been seeing, it would be pretty easy to get a worse monster than Randy is right now. We got a tent. A tent does the same thing as an inn, so if you want to just use that when you're in a dungeon somewhere, just go ahead. Just drop it down, and it's like a portable inn wherever you go. We got a dragon Helm. Let's see, what does Kevin have right now? He has a giant helm, so we can replace that with dragon. Actually, that makes strength go down, but does that even really matter at this point? He so rarely ever hits with strength-based weapons. Like, if he's gonna hit, it's probably gonna be with guns or the samurai bow. Kevin must be so tired of just being constantly killed just all the time. But, I mean, that's what he's here for, isn't it? It's kind of his job. Well, there's meat, but, I mean, Randy's down. That way to the right might be to the next level, so let's go back up and make sure that we hit all the passageways. Yeah, we'll pass on that meat as well. Let's see, we did run out of tank uses here. Why don't we equip double tanks? Lower the agility a little because Whip was increasing it, but it's not that big of a deal. Nothing there. We got a missile. Well, we've seen missile. Both weapon and dog form missiles. Stairs? Let me just check this. Okay, that's just a dead end there. Okay. So this is, what, the 4th floor? Completed, I believe? Going on to the 5th? Yeah, sure, we'll fight Firemoth. I haven't been, but I'm sure we can take Firemoth. There we go. Killed Firemoth with tank. Meat, you say? Sure, okay. Why don't we try it? We haven't eaten Firemoth meat yet. We changed to Firemoth. Let's see. Hit points are pretty good. Okay, Firemoth has Stunner, Flame, Poison, Burning. Warning, strong against Quake. So, I think Warning prevented being surprised, I think? Prevented unexpected attacks? It seems pretty good. Alright, now we go up this rather lengthy set of stairs that, for some reason, the background just kind of keeps going in and out as we do that. Like, I would figure we can see directly in front of us, but the background just kind of keeps appearing and disappearing. And once we reach the top of this odd set of stairs, we get the Muramas. So let's see, Muramas. Let me take a look at the swords. The Muramas is a sword that does strength times 15 damage, effective against humanoids, human and mutant. Kevin currently has the Dragon Sword, which is strength times 14, effective against reptiles. So Muramas is more powerful. We could equip it. Let's see. And there it is, 40. Of course, it's not like Kevin's really been hitting with swords since agility is so low. He's really been using guns, so I don't know if he will actually end up using this sword to begin with. But hey, we have it, and if nothing else, we could sell it. Alright, we got the wizard staff. I take out my staff and wizard hat, and what does it do? Just looking that up right now. The wizard staff inflicts stun to all enemies. So, is that 100%, I wonder? I mean, it could potentially be pretty good. I have the Psy Sword. Psy Sword is good with her mana, but she doesn't really hit much with it. We could try to equip the Wizard Staff, and just see if it works. When fighting large groups, see how that works. We got the Selfix. Okay. Selfix is like a regen, but only for robots, if I remember right. So, let's see. Do I want to keep dual tanks on Eriko? Dual tanks is not bad. If I wanted to replace something else, well, not Catclaw, since that's so powerful. I would have to replace one of the headbutts, I guess, which would lower agility, but it would give us regen. Let's see. Here's Selfix. Lowered agility to 73. Now, Selfix, I think it only works during combat. Between rounds, Eriko would get health back. Could be useful for boss battles. Stunner is just not working, is it? I'm not even really sure what Stunner would do. But whatever it would do, it's not doing it. What about some poison? Let's see. Do we want to try the wizard's staff and see if it does anything? Now, Wraith is strong against wizard, and nothing happened to Catwoman, so it's not guaranteed to work, clearly. What about Hypnos? What about Burning? I'm actually not sure about Burning. Oh, it's a counterattack. Randy is waiting for the attack. Alright, ran out of cure. We do still have that heal staff. A few uses left. Let's see if we can finish looting the floor before we have to leave again. Okay, Defend Sword. So Defend Sword, I believe, is a counter-attack. Let me look. Defend Sword is Strength times 14, which is the same as Dragon Sword. Block melee will 80% success. So that only says melee, which is not the most, it doesn't block everything, only melee attacks, which is good against enemies that use melee, but if an enemy doesn't use melee, it's not going to do anything. Oh, we got Stone Gaze. Potentially could be good. I mean, we just fought him. We just fought him a step ago. Can't. Oh, out of space. I'm out of space in my inventory. It's the first time that's happened so far. Well, we can drop the whip. It's an old thing. We wouldn't get much money. We can take that to the trash can. There we go. We got a samurai bow. Very good. All right, I believe that's everything on this floor, which means we do our normal thing. Head on out. Alright, what do we want to sell? There's some good stuff in our inventory now. Let's get rid of that giant helm. We don't need the dragon sword. Missile? Dragon sword? No. Sai? It's powerful when it actually hits, but our mutant never really hits with it, so we'll sell that. Headbutt, we can get rid of that. Defend... Do I want to try to use it? I'm not sure. We'll sell the Hermes boots. And that means we now have some space. To continue getting more items in. So I believe that was the 5th floor that we completed out of 8. So let's just head right back to that 5th floor as fast as we can. You know, this dungeon makes me think it would be neat if the music of the dungeon could just keep continuing after the battle from where it left off, instead of restarting, considering how many battles there are, and how many times we will hear the opening notes of this track as we go through this. We will hear it so many times. We will go into combat, we will leave, and then... Na, 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 and then, you know, we just hear it so many times. It's not a big deal, it's just that it wouldn't be a big deal in a game where the encounter rate wasn't so high. You always love it when you get hit with one right before going through the exit to the next floor. Alright, floor 3. Our monster's ability to warn of unexpected attacks does seem to be working. I don't think we've actually been hit with one since we got that. Alright, on to 4. Not that one. The next one, actually. Because Randy has that ability, maybe I want to hold on to this monster for the rest of this particular dungeon. Alright, this is 5. And since we got everything, we can just go straight to the exit to 6. And now we're in 6. Okay, so new monsters now. We did not see Tengu and F-Flower in the previous floors. So I do think we are getting new monsters now on these floors. We could give him a shot. See how we do. So, let's see. Burning is some kind of counterattack. We know what poison does. We know what flame does. I don't think stunner is actually hit. Beak was no match against Tank. Stunner didn't work. What is Stunner? I guess, I mean, from the name of it, I guess it just stuns the enemy. Since it's a status change, it doesn't work often, I guess. Stone Gauge did not work. Michelle's mana is up. Here's Cockatrice and Watcher. I don't think I actually want to fight them, because I'm pretty sure Cockatrice has Stone Gaze. Pretty sure. Oh, dragon, not young D. This is just a straight up dragon this time. Okay, we got Arthur armor. Let me look that one up. Okay, Arthur. Currently, Kevin has dragon armor, which is defense plus 21. Arthur has defense plus 31. Dragon has resistance to fire, thunder, ice, and poison. Arthur has resistance to stone. Dragon has a lot of resistance. It doesn't have as much damage, but it has a lot of resistances. Arthur does have stone resistance, which is good because if you're hit with stone, that basically means that your character is dead, and that status effect lasts after the battle is over. So, yeah, we'll put on the armor. There we go. Let's see, that goes down there. Let's see, is this the exit? That is the exit. So let's head back and go down those other stairs to see if that goes to a chest. Yeah, Naga. I believe the Medusa enemy had a different name on the upper floors. So we are fighting the next level versions of all these enemies now. Alright, 3 chests. Parasuit. Hold on. The parasuit is like an armor. So, okay. It's a whole body armor. So if you have any other armor, you cannot wear the parasuit. Parasuit has to be worn on its own with nothing else. It's defense plus 73, which is a lot higher than these other armors, but that's because you can't wear any other armor. It does strength plus 15, agility plus 15, ice, fire, weapon, quake, para, and stone resistance. Let's see, Kevin currently has the Arthur armor, which, as we said, is plus 31. A giant gauntlet, let's see, plus 6, so 37 so far. Dragon helmet, 20, so 57. Get a boots, 2, so 59. So yeah, parasuit is better at this point. You know, I can't can I replace those with blanks? Yeah, I can. Okay. Let's try that. I just put on the Arthur, but let's take it off and replace it with the parasuit. Okay, yep. So our defense is up, our strength is up, our agility is up, and we have resistances to basically everything. And I guess if we're not using Arthur on him, we should use it on Michelle. So I guess that's what we're doing here. The Psi Gun. Okay. This is good. I mentioned that Michelle has high mana, and the Psi weapons use that. So we have a Psi Gun. It's a gun that takes your innate magic ability and shoots it like a laser. So that's a pretty cool idea. The reason it's good is because you might have noticed with the guns, we don't miss. Like, we miss with swords. We don't miss with these guns. So I'm going to equip this to Michelle, and she will be able to use the full concentration of her mana power in a gunshot. So that is going to be a good one for her. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Go back to that. So now we're getting to the good stuff as we go through this nasty dungeon. We got the Vamp Pick. Now, some of these things we're getting, I think, are one of a kind. So Vamp Pick is one of a kind, Parasuit is one of a kind. I think we can buy a Psi Gun somewhere else, or maybe find one somewhere else. But a lot of these things are one of a kind. The Vamp Pick, let me look that one up. It is one of the swords. So let's see, Kevin currently has the Muramas. The Vamp Pick does damage of mana times 6, which does not mean much for Kevin. The Vamp Pick absorbs 25% of damage, cannot absorb from power-resistant enemies, plants, and hards, undeads, Okay, so you can... If you wanted to use this, you could potentially absorb health from enemies. If you use this on an undead enemy, the absorption is reversed, which is funny. That happened to Randy. Randy tried to absorb health from a ghost, and it was reversed. We're not going to end up using that, I don't think. Alright, next floor, which... Oh, is there a chest down there? No, we got that one. We got that one. So, this is floor 7. I believe it's 7. Huge toad. That is one big toad, but I don't want to fight that watcher. Let's run away from that. I don't really want to fight any of these things, honestly. Especially since we just keep coming into combat with them again and again and again and again. Let's see. Which way do I want to go here? Can't carry. Uh-oh. Out of space. Anything I want to drop? Let's just... I don't think I would get much for the Geta boots at this point, so let's just drop that. Got tent. Alright, well anyway, we've run out of space, so we're gonna have to, once again, use our Magi to head back. Alright, what do we want to sell? Dragon armor. Sure, bazooka. Dragon armor. Dragon helm. Giant gauntlet. Yeah, the wizard staff. The Vampik, we're not using it. 25 gold, wow. You can't get anything for that. Defend sword? Sure, I don't think we're going to use that one. Okay. We're getting quite a bit of money. Now you might ask, are we actually going to use all this money? Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll probably use it to buy a bunch of heal staffs at a store that sells that. The heal staff will come in handy even at the end. Alright, once again, hopefully for the last time, floor 1. Floor 2. Floor 3. Floor 4. Floor 5. Floor 6. Floor 7. Okay, so this is where we were, which means that there are now going to be treasure chests for us to find before we move on to floor 8. All right, these are the stairs to floor 8. Okay, but there are still chests on the floor. Gotta go back. See, there's a chest up there. We can't leave floor 7 before we get everything. That's the entire reason we're here. To rob everything out of this dungeon. Alright, so go here, and let's be on our way. Okay. Karate. And Sun Sword. Okay, karate. So karate is the most powerful martial art, I believe. It's the one that will give the robot the biggest agility boost. Let me just see. Yeah, right now, Eriko has Judo, which is agility, let's see, plus 26. Karate will give agility plus 32. So we have Headbutt. We can replace a Headbutt. A Headbutt is plus 10. Replace that with Karate, and now agility is at 95. Oh, also the Sun Sword. Let me look that one up. The Sun Sword sounds impressive. The Sun Sword is strength times 15, which is the same as the Muramas, which Kevin now has. But what the Sun Sword does, it is effective against undead. So skeleton, zombie, obaki. So same strength as Muramas, but Muramas is effective against humanoids, while Sun is effective against undead. So basically they're the same strength, they just work better or worse against different kinds of enemies. And Hyper. Okay. So this is a serious thing. So Hyper will erase enemies. Like, doesn't do damage to them, it just erases them. However, let's see. Let me look at the inventory. There's only 3 uses. Now, I could equip this to the robot, but remember that when I do that, the number of uses get cut in half. So if I equip that to the robot, we only get 1 use. But the advantage is that we could replenish that 1 use at ins. Whereas if I were to use all 3 uses and go to 0, that would be it for the Hyper. So, I mean, it's up to you to decide which way do you want to do it. Do you want to have all 3 uses and not be able to replenish it, or do you want to equip to the robot so you only get 1 use, but you can replenish that use at ins? The Hyper is what you use when you just don't want to deal with an enemy. Alright, so I believe that's all the chests on this floor, so we can leave floor 7. Floor 8. Let's see. Which way do we want to go? Well, we need to cover this entire floor to make sure we get all the chests. New enemies. There's a robot. We don't usually encounter the robot-type enemy. Not that often. The glass sword. Okay, the glass sword. Let's take a look at that. The glass sword has one use, because if you use it, it shatters, and you can't use it anymore. The glass sword does 1,000 damage to anything. Doesn't matter what their defenses are. But you use it once, and there's no way to replenish, because if you equip this to the robot, it would be 0. You know, you can't equip it to the robot and replenish that one use. Doesn't work. You can use it one time. You can decide what you want to use it on. So 1,000 damage. So this is the items like these are the reason to do the nasty dungeon. Once you get down to the bottom, you're getting some unique, powerful stuff and weird stuff. Like, the glass sword is just kind of a weird thing. Here's this so powerful sword. You can use it once, and only once. No more than that. Gungnir. I actually don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. The Spear of Odin. What's his spear doing here? We've met Odin. His spear's just hanging out here. Alright, Gungnir. So, let's have a look at this. Okay, spear. 30 uses. Damage. This is an odd formula. Okay, the damage that this does is 1,050 plus 15 times strength minus 70 if strength is lower than 70. That's what this says. But what is important to know is that the Gungnir attacks one group, so it's not like a single enemy attack, it's a one group attack, and never misses. So, it would be pretty good for Kevin to hold on to this, since Kevin has the highest strength stat, and his low agility won't matter because this never misses. I think this is the way to the exit. Yeah, that's the exit. Can't leave yet. There's more stuff to find. And Nuke Bomb. For some reason, there's just a nuclear bomb being kept in this treasure chest here. So, Nuke Bomb. There's only one use, which is not surprising. Let me see. Let me look for the stats on this one. Okay, Nuke Bomb. It only does 600 damage, which doesn't seem as much as some of these other things, but it attacks all enemies and never misses. So, if you have a bunch of enemies on the screen, it'll hit everyone. Let me see. Let me look around in this for a little bit. Just want to remind myself of something as I am looking through these weapons. Trying to remember now. Have we gotten all of the chests? Or was there like maybe one other somewhere? Just humor me as we just do like one final scout around of floor number 8. And maybe we can just wonder, maybe we can think about, why is it that the Nasty Dungeon is such a popular hangout for all these powerful monsters? It seems like they're all having a party down here, and we're uninvited. Like, someone decided to stuff all of these legendary powerful weapons in this place, and all these monsters just decided to move in. They just figured, yep. I mean, we're monsters, and I guess maybe we're just drawn to dungeons full of powerful weapons. We just feel it's our purpose that we have to be here, we have to guard them. Okay, this is a dead end right here. And we don't take kindly to intruders. And they're just very frustrated about how we're just able to run away from all of them, despite all of their attempts to stop us. We just keep running away, we keep reaching their chests, we keep robbing them of their stuff. And I mean, maybe the monsters are the responsible ones. Maybe they're like, no, wait, that's dangerous. That is way too dangerous for you to be handling. You should not be using that. Okay, here we go. A nuke bomb? Don't take that. Don't use that, they're saying. Okay, yeah, here we go. Flare. So flare, that is something that, well, can we put it on her? Like, do we have any? Oh, yeah. Okay, so, she doesn't really have many spaces. The Psy Gun I would like to have, because it's powerful against a single enemy. The Arthur armor would, you know, provide some defense. Heal Staff? The Heal Staff, it's really good once we get into this endgame. These boots, I think, boost the mana. Let's see, Flare. Let me just put this on and see. Yeah, that's a big boost of mana that these boots give her. Well, we'll hold on to Flare, and she will use that at some point. Flare is a very powerful spell. We will be likely using it quite a bit once we get into the end game. So now all these monsters are desperately trying to stop us from leaving the dungeon with all of this dangerous stuff. It's like, no, he's gonna hurt someone if they leave with all that stuff. Did you see that one clumsy guy, Kevin they call him? He has Odin's spear. He's gonna fall over and like impale himself on that thing. He doesn't know what he's doing with that. but it's too late. It's too late because we've got the stuff. And we're heading on out through the exit. Through this lengthy flight of stairs to take us back up the 8 floors back to the surface. And here we go. I mean, enemies can still attack us on this, but we can still run from them. Hey, it's the fairy from the beginning. See, it was nasty like I told you, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. I told you! And that takes us back out here. Now, if we answered no, I believe what that fairy does is she gets mad at us for disagreeing and teleports us back to one of the middle floors. Because I guess she's just mad that we did not think it was nasty. So, that is the nasty dungeon. There was only one piece of magi in this entire world, and we got it right away. But the whole thing was going through this dungeon and getting all of these powerful items and weapons. Let me look at my inventory. Do I have any spaces left? Yeah, I have a couple of spaces, so that's good. Oh, also, we have 68 magi out of the 77. So 9 more to go. As we open up the door to the next world. Here's the tower that will lead to the next one. Let's look at our, now that we're done with that, let's look at the memo. Was there anything we learned about Nasty Dungeon? No, I guess not. The last entry was for, last new entry was Edo. No, there's nothing here about Nasty Dungeon. So, I guess we just did not write down anything about Nasty Dungeon. Eriko and company want to forget that ever happened, but we cannot forget that it happened, because we are now carrying a nuclear bomb around with us, you know, just to use at some point, whenever we want to. And we will now save our game. Alright, so we have now finished the most tedious world in the game. The Nasty Dungeon, 8-floor, optional dungeon that you constantly get attacked through by really tough enemies, and you just want to go through it so you can get all these chests, all these items and weapons. The next world will go much faster. However, if you want to ask the question, if the Nasty Dungeon is optional, does that mean that Nasty Dungeon is the hardest dungeon? And the answer is no. Once we actually get to the end game dungeon, man, does the game turn it up several notches. And we're not quite there yet, but we will see it. But this is everything we're doing right now. This whole thing of getting all these powerful stuff, it's all preparation for when we reach the end of the game. Okay, but like I said, we're done with Nasty Dungeon. 9 more pieces of magi. We're moving on to the next world. And I'll see you then as we continue our Final Fantasy Legend 2.